Hi folks, Captain Karl Burnside here from Thumbs Up Charter Services. Hey, we're glad you joined us today. This is going to be a little expedition here in exploring lead core line, and hopefully you're curious about it. Maybe you've never used it before. Maybe we can explain some of the things of what it's used for and how we tie it, okay? So before I do that, I just want to get some things out there. If you want to go for a charter with us, give us a call at 810-513-6073. Visit us at thumbsupcharter.com on the web. Google us at Thumbs Up Charter Services in Seaboing, Michigan, or Bayport, that's two words, Bay and Port, Michigan. We'd love to take your reservation. We'd love to take you out on the bay for some walleye and other exciting fish. So with that said, we're going to talk about lead core today. And I guess the first question folks might have is, what is lead core and why do we use it? Well, lead core is just another method or tool in our box to allow us to get our lures to the depth of where the target fish are that we're in search of. There's things called downriggers. I'm sure you've heard of those, maybe even used those. Lead core is a very interesting product because it allows us not to have downriggers. We can achieve a certain depth that we need simply with some line. Okay, and as the name implies, the core of this wire or the core of this filament is lead. Okay, now there's a lot of confusion that happens with lead core. For instance, this package says 27 pounds. Some people think that's the weight of the lead core. It's not, it's the strength of the monofilament. So generally speaking, most lead cores I've seen come between 18 and 36 pounds. Okay, and really that has to do with the strength of the outer sheath of the monofilament of it. Okay, and today we're working with 27-pound lead core, and we're working with 15-pound monofilament, the standard Berkeley trilene. So a couple of things about lead core are, it works best on larger reels, okay, because this is a thick casing, and you're going to need that extra capacity if you put on a lot of colors, and we'll talk about colors in a minute. Doesn't work so great with the smaller reels unless you're just using a couple of colors, okay, if you're in shallower waters. And again, we use this for trolling, so we use it with baits like Rapellas, or I call them magworts, some guys call them Hottentots, and then of course spoons, works great with spoons. Lead core gives us two very important things. It gets us to the depth we want to be at, and also it gives us some motion or attraction to that lure. It kind of whips around and as it pulls through the water, so it gives some interesting motion to those lures they normally may not get and may attract your fish. Okay, so important thing about working with lead core, it is lead when you're done working with it. Don't do this at your kitchen table where people eat or around areas people eat. Make sure you wash your hands thoroughly and dispose of the byproducts here of the lead properly. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to tie some lead core. So the first thing we have to do is we have to remove some of the lead out of this line. Okay, and we want to remove about 4 inches of lead out of it, 3 to 4 inches. What we're going to do is pull this sheath back and expose the core of lead. Okay, and I'm going to keep pulling that sheath back till I got about 4 inches of it. Then I'm going to simply take some of my line clippers here and just cut that off. Okay, and we're going to pull it straight. Okay, so it's smooth. And then what we do is, you can see where the lead ends here. You can feel it with your fingers, okay, but you can also bend it and see right where the lead ends. That's going to be important in a minute here. But the first thing we're going to do is just tie a lazy loop right in this end here where we've removed the lead. Okay, and we're going to leave it lazy like that, a little bit large. Okay. This step is very important on the end of your mono. You're going to want to make sure that this end is clean. Okay, no burrs on it. Okay, so you should feel it. Make sure it's smooth, no jagged edges, because what that's going to do, if it has jagged edges, it's going to catch in this end of lead core that we're going to push this mono up into, and then you'll be stuck and you won't be happy. It just stops right away. So that's kind of critical. But what we do is we take the mono, we take the lead core, and if you got a good pair of glasses, there we go, we got it on the second try. Look at that, we've already inserted it, okay? And we're going to push this mono as far as we can up into the sheath of lead core, okay? At least 2 inches, okay? And it'll eventually stop here. There it is, it just stopped, okay? So then what we're going to do is simply feed our knot down to within about 1 inch of this mono, okay? And we just kind of gently pull while we're holding this so the mono doesn't come out, okay? And down we go. And here in a minute we will have it. And then we just pull the knot tight, okay? So now I can go back up here and feel where my mono ends right there. So I've got probably a good 2.5, maybe it looks like 3 inches of mono up into this end of the leg core. How strong is it? Extremely strong. Okay, no fish in the Great Lakes is going to be able to get out of this. Okay, so a couple things also further about leg core. You'll see that it's colored. This is aqua, but there's orange on this reel. All right, leg core comes at what we call 10 colors, and you're going to hear how many colors I have out. This particular reel, most of them, has 10 colors, okay? Each color is 10 yards, all right, or 30 feet. So you have 300 feet or 100 yards, right, of leg core on a reel. And what makes this really convenient is I put this out the back of the boat, I can just count colors and not need a line counter. So if I've got 2 colors out, right, that's 20 yards. Do the math. Hey, no, I need more, right? So that's convenient. Each color of leg core at about 1.8 to 2.0 miles an hour is going to get you around 5 feet down, okay? So when we go steelhead fishing out of Grindstone City, I will generally put like 8 colors of leg core out, and then I will use a body bait and follow the manufacturer's instructions or recommendations of how far this dives to calculate basically, you know, how far this is going to dive in the water to the depth that I need, right? And I have to adjust it from there. So if the fish are at like 48 feet, let's say, or 50 feet, yeah, I'll put the 8 colors out and I'll put one of these on, and I might be really close and I'll have to adjust it a little bit from there. So it's really interesting stuff. It works quite well. We use it a lot, gets the baits out behind the boat with a lot of the water clarity issues, extreme water clarity issues we have in Huron now because of the zebra mussels, so it doesn't spook the fish, and it's a really nice tool to have. So we hope you enjoyed the tutorial today, and we hope to see you soon, folks. And remember, thumbs up charter services, we are wild for walleye. Thanks and have a great day.